Welcome, Echoes. I am Evie, the Disaster GM, and this is Empyrean Rising, a Cypher system-based game. My pronouns are she, they, or any, and I am the game runner for this fine, if disastrous, group. Let's go ahead and go around doing our little intros, starting with Alina.
Hey everybody, I am Elena Pete. I am playing Kale. We are both they, them. You can find me online at Adelina Pete, and Kale is an empathic explorer who helps their friends and has the soul of a dragon.
It's
And also a bird. This is Pico.
and yeah,
He's
we
playing the part of
are
Pico in
yeah,
game.
we are joined temporarily by our little birdie friend, who is
He's just going to continue to
determined,
climb up my face.
determined to climb
He hasn't seen
you
me wear
like a
these
tree.
glasses before, and he's like, "Oh, new toy! I love it."
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they're shiny too. It's perfect. But it's yeah. Maggie, follow up on the bird.
Hi. I'm so enamored with this bird, and that's all that I'm looking at right
Yeah.
now.
Very
My name is
exciting.
Maggie. What's
Out of
up?
my nose.
My pronouns are they, she. I love this bird. Wow. I'm playing Sybil, who is a she, her, and she is a thing that I've constantly forgotten every single time that we've played this game. An overeager adept who would rather be reading. I know. An overeager adept who would rather be reading and is a walking dream. I can
You
remember
got it.
things.
You got it. You remembered it this time. Awesome.
No, I
I
did
am
not.
very proud of you. Uh, Joel.
Hello, hi, I am Joel.
Yeah.
I am gonna be playing Val Mistforge, who is an appealing speaker who moves like a cat and rises from the depths.
All right.
We're
And
finally
has
in
a
water.
tentacle. And has a tentacle and a crab leg and gills and
And
other
trauma.
stuff.
Did we know about the
Yeah.
gills? Have we discussed the gills?
The gills
Yes.
kind of happened
Gills.
at the like at
The doctor's office.
the doctor's office.
Oh,
Remember,
Oh, you
like
want some water? See if you can breathe.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're in water.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, Extell.
Hello, that is me right here. Name's Extel, he, him. Those are my pronouns. The pronouns for Jax are also he, him. And Jax is a free-spirited warrior who needs no weapon and also rides the lightnings at a barrel mage. Everything's fine.
There.
Everything's
is
okay.
just perfectly fine. You
Um,
guys are doing great.
look, I've used a bit of Jax's intellect, and I guess so have I used also mine.
Yeah.
Enjoy the show, everybody. That's what we
Anyway.
got.
Wow.
Yeah, great job,
Oh,
perfect.
nailed it.
Well,
We're doing great today.
you might see in the corner of the screen there is a QR code with a little icon next to it. That is our donation campaign via Tiltify for Congo for Tomorrow. Congo for Tomorrow is a non-governmental organization created to improve the future of youth in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC, through better learning infrastructures. You can scan the QR code, or just a second, if you are watching via Twitch instead of YouTube, you should be able to see a link in the chat that will lead you directly to their website if you would like to contribute more directly or learn more about them. But beyond that, don't forget to follow on either YouTube or Twitch, and like, subscribe, click all of the fancy little buttons so that you know when we go live. But with all of that out of the way, let's roll into focusing on today's session. As a content warning, we at the Archives would like to remind the audience that this is an adult content rated game with adult language, depictions of violence and gore, possible mentions of loss or trauma, and or similar content. We do our best not to cross each other's lines, but for those listening, you have been warned. It's time. After having fought off and started the more active portion of the revolution in a area of Deepview, having defeated the kind of blockade slash siege that was happening at a couple of the entrances. There was some interesting results of those fights. Hail, with their form taken as this big four-legged dragon thing, made several speeches calling on not only Deepview to defend themselves and be free essentially from the siege that was happening, but also bringing the attention of I'm just loving Pico. I am so sorry. But
He's
bringing the
distracted.
attention of various uh, people that may be able to witness it, uh, from the morning city goers of Icenbridge all along Cliffside, having been able to witness this and hear the roaring statements of Kale in dragon form, shouting about how magic was returning and everything going on against the people of Deepview and the oppression. Sybil, after having assisted some of the more physically minded individuals of the group in the fight with a distortion ability, uh, kind of ducked away so that she wouldn't be like in the middle of the combat and possibly abducted again. And through a bit of very, very skillful roleplay and some auto successes slash really good rolls
Mostly
from
back.
the audience. Reminder, if you are watching on Twitch, we do have an audience reward that you can
Thank you.
basically put forward to give the various players either an asset to rolls, a natural success, or provide a hindrance for me to use at my leisure. So, just don't forget to watch live and redeem those channel rewards. Everything's fine. I'm not encouraging you to like make things more difficult on them. Anyway, but Sybil was able to
We make things
convince
difficult
the
for ourselves.
various yeah. Sybil was
Yeah.
able to convince the Watchmen, not the Lancers, but specifically the Watchmen, that not only were the Lancers actually the ones responsible for her abduction that had been claimed earlier in the campaign, but also that they were there to attempt to overthrow Icenbridge and bring it under the control of the neighboring city-state of Islanus. Um, because of this, as the fight wound down with the absolute slaughter of the Lancers, including one of the captured, they rushed off, shouting to the other watchmen all along the cliffs that it was a code green, which the group at least has no idea what that means. But it did result in fights breaking out among the Lancers and Watchmen all over the city. In the meantime, Ball happened to be interrogating the captured in a language that the other party members could not quite understand, also distracted by their own activities during the fight. Jax attempting to save Sybil from being escorted to safety and back to her family. Kale just kind of still doing the freedom fighter announcement, very absorbed in their dragonness, and found out that there may be possibly are some things that are being manipulated behind the scenes regarding family that was mentioned but not given detail of. And while processing this information, experienced seeing through the eyes of their long lost semi sibling, Ace, who had just arrived in the city. Impulsively and needing to find and interact with this sibling that Ball/Balter has been looking for years, they jumped into the river, intending to swim over to a nearby gondola boat and take that boat to the docks to attempt to catch up with wherever Ace is going. No communication was given between the group during this,
Mhm.
but they did see Paul jump into the water. So they went, you know what, YOLO, and also jumped in. Alexi, the little NPC follower / apprentice of Jax, jumped in too, going, okay, my friends are doing it, I'm doing it. Realized that he could not swim because he had never tried to before. And Jax, who sometime during the fight had ripped off his shirt, decided to attempt to drag along Alexi and keep him at least from drowning. But they are good 200 feet behind just from the amount of time that it takes to swim, realize, and catch the drowning teenager. Yeah, it's it's an event.
Man, we're really putting Alexi through the ringer.
Yes,
You,
right,
you
Alexi.
really are. You really are.
We are not doing
that
Well,
anything.
you're right. We're not.
We're not doing
Mhm,
anything. Only one of us has
mhm.
control over Alexi, and it is not any of us.
Nope.
Anyway,
One who doesn't care for his health because he'll sink or swim on his own. Part of the
Literally.
training.
Anyway, so you guys are in the water. Ball is swimming. Ball, you have skill in swimming, correct?
Yes.
And I believe that you also breathe through water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Uh, so
I used to be able to just normally, but now that I have gills, even more so.
yeah, so you are not only hindered but have an asset for movement through the water. So go ahead and give me a roll to see how efficiently and quickly you are getting to that boat.
17.
Ooh.
Very good. Not quite a minor effect, but really, really damn close. So you
Mhm.
are going fast, and they did shout in your direction prior to jumping in the water after you. Are you going to respond in any way to your friends following you?
I think Bal is too focused.
Mhm.
There's too much going on in their minds and their body to actually. I think they didn't even register that they were being called for. They're just going.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, so you will easily reach the gondola prior to the group. You also have experience climbing up onto boats from the water from your years sailing and where you had grown up. So I'm not going to make you roll for coordination to do that.
Yeah, I have
I
sailing,
would,
climbing, and jumping.
yeah,
I'm pretty
I
sure I get
would
there.
like some essentially might-based checks
Okay.
from the other players
Oh,
I am skilled in swimming.
for
I'm
how
not.
well
squad.
they are attempting to keep up because they've got not a full very long distance, but they've got past a long distance, so it's
I'm
200-ish
so
feet
sorry.
behind you.
Oh, 19. I am swimming like an
19,
I got an
idiot.
minor
18.
effect. 18, very good.
Is
You
question.
are hindered by carrying Alexi, by the way, Jax.
Yeah, I was. Is Alexi not able to swim? Is that what this is?
Yeah, he cannot swim, so he is having to basically hook an arm around you, or you hook an arm around him for
Mhm.
you to drag him along because he just like went okay and jumped in after you guys.
Is there a difficulty for the role?
It's basically to determine how quickly you are going. So it's not so much a difficulty, it's just how efficiently and fast you swim. Insomnia. Um, saying hello to someone in chat that I know. But
Also welcoming an old friend, Insomnia.
yeah,
concept.
bestie.
Yeah.
What?
Ooh, hey, be like that sometimes.
But yeah, so
Um,
you are hindered by one, so it's basically instead of having to meet a difficulty class, it just means that if you got, say, a minor effect, you are still behind them by a little bit. So it's just dragging him along is slowing you down.
Gotcha. All right, we'll try this here. I'm technically hindered by 2 because I'm hindered in my base tasks.
I could
Tasks
also use
already.
my
or
major
might
effect to
base
come and pick up
defense.
Alexi,
Is
because
it
I
just
think once
defense?
he goes, or once
Is it defense or is it tasks in general?
Oh, it's defense. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I don't think that you would have taken something that hinders you in might as a warrior.
It's fine. All right. That's a hindered by, so it's a 7. I rolled a 10 on the
7.
thing, so
All right.
7 total.
Yeah. All right. So cool. Basically, it's that Kale is eeling through the water in their smaller of the two dragon forms. Pico kind of riding along their head on their head. Sybil is very surprisingly like swimming really, really well. Possibly because we do have a little bit of a history on Sybil having gone to the water with their family before. They've probably done some swimming in their past.
I like to think it's because she doesn't really have to breathe anymore. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
even if she's like doing poorly, she's like, "Oh, it's okay though."
yeah. You do have very
Just
filtered
it
breathing,
looks like
so
a
you are good.
corpse surfing across
Yeah.
the water surface.
Kale, you do have a minor effect. You are not going to be able to beat Bell to the boat, but did you want to attempt to help the others or do something specific with that minor effect from rolling a 19?
I am torn because I could try and get there fast and stop Ball from just leaving. Or I could, and Kale probably would go and help Alexi once they see that Jax and Alexi are struggling. Just like
Okay.
dive under, come up under Alexi, and then just continue healing along.
Okay, so Alexi is now writing you instead of Jax.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So that means that Jax isn't necessarily behind you guys. You will have reached wherever you end up targeting for your swimming. Once you have decided that, speaking of which, you do reach the gondola, Joel, Ball.
I'm there.
Okay.
Damn.
So there is someone that like directs the gondola. There's like it's basically like having a taxi but on water.
Right.
What
Is
you
it
doing?
just the one? Is it just the one person?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna start talking to him.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No. I will just attempt to commandeer the ship aggressively if need to be. If
Like a
need
good
be.
pirate.
Yep.
Okay. Make a attack roll to either knock the person out of the way or into the water.
Okay. That is a 16 on the dice.
Oh, yeah, that
Ooh.
hits. That very, very easily hits. Are you knocking them down into the boat or into the water?
Just into the boat. I
Okay.
wouldn't leave an unconscious man in the water. That's
Okay.
no way to go.
Do the hitman
Okay.
like pull them into the water behind you?
Yeah. So yeah, very easily, very easily. You like just kind of wrap your spare hand around him and like just knock him
Just
into
slam
the
him into a
belly of the
wall.
gondola.
Yeah.
And are able to very efficiently turn the rudder to get it get it to just essentially go along with the current of the water very easily
Yep.
towards the lake and the docks. Are you getting it going, or are you waiting for
Oh,
your
yeah.
turns?
No, I'm getting it going.
Okay.
I'm
So
not stopping.
so
Jesus,
yeah,
that is
you
terrifying. Be careful. Okay.
It's a killer
I'll
bird.
stop away from
Killer
everybody. I'm
bird!
sorry.
Killer bird. Okay, awesome, perfect. So yeah, you are like you guys as like Hale circles back around to help you with Alexi so that you are no longer hindered by it. And that minor effect is able to help without being hindered and like swim without being hindered. You guys like are almost there. You're maybe 50-ish feet behind as the gondola turns. You see like Ball just like knock someone down, and then the gondola turns and gets caught by the current of the water and is like off. Are you guys
Question:
going to attempt to find a different boat? Are you just gonna swim after it? Like what you doing?
Is
Swim after it.
there a like, does the walkway in the city, like, is this like lined up with this water, or is it like is there like streets on either side of this like canal, or is it just like open water?
So there are like trams that go on essentially lines across from one cliffside to another because it is the cliffs of a valley.
Mhm.
Those are maybe 1,000 feet up from where you are.
Mhm.
You are probably about 1,000 feet away from the from the opposite shore or the opposite cliff face, and you're about 500 feet away from the cliff face that you started on. So there are various gondolas that, again, function as taxis on the river itself that take you to the different entrances and stairs of the cliffside, but there's not really a nearby, like, bridge because of the way that, like, water rises and falls.
Gotcha. I understand that. Um, um, I got nothing. I'll just keep swimming. Does my range increase at all? Come into play here? I don't know if it works with swimming.
Once you get rid of Alexi, that will mean that you are faster, but you're not going to be able to keep up with a boat.
Yeah. How far am I from the boat?
As it is caught by the current, it is going from 50 to 70 to 100 because it's literally riding the current of the water towards the docks. Let's
Okay.
go.
I'm gonna head towards the nearest other boat.
All right, good plan. There are several. It is like essentially the morning commute time.
Let's go to
But
whichever
yeah.
one's closest.
All right, cool. So anyone else? What are the rest of you doing?
Swimming hard for
Prob-
the boat that Ball was in.
Probably just yelling at Ball, like actively.
Like while in the water.
Ah, blah, 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 blah.
I like to think that she has one hand above her head that's holding her entire bag in it because I refuse to drench all of the journals again.
Mm-hmm.
And is just like going underwater and then back up because she doesn't really have to breathe, and it's just like, Ball, you don't, Ball, it would be really cool if you could.
Okay.
It's not loud. I don't think it does anything.
So Jax, you will very easily find another gondola, and seeing people in the water, they will very eagerly attempt to help you get out of the water so that you don't either get taken by the current or, drown because you are nowhere near one of the docks to get up. So they will help you up
Cool thing
so
to
that you do
do.
not have to worry about like climbing into a boat from the water, which is a lot harder than the movies make it seem.
Mm-hmm.
Hale and Sybil, if you are continuing to attempt to swim after the gondola that Ball is in, I need another swim check from you. Because
Good luck, Sybil.
the boat goes, the boat goes faster
Holy
now.
crap. Nat's 20.
Nat 20. Okay.
Oh,
Major
shit.
effect.
Pico?
Oh no.
Yeah.
I have
So
to
major
pick a
effect.
dice.
And before I ask you what the major effect is, I want to find out what Sybil is.
17.
17.
17.
Okay,
Okay, good. Another 17. So yeah, you are like, you don't think that like you are this good at swimming, and yet somehow you are. Sybil. Because
Sybil's
it
just
was never this
following
easy.
Kale.
Yeah, it was never this easy before. So you're just kind of following in Kale's wake. Kale is heeling through the water. Alexi is like clinging around your neck to hold on, which is much more efficient with you being in dragon form. What would you like as your major effect?
It seems maybe like a big ask, but the sea serpent that was helping us earlier.
Okay.
Can we get a 3 dragon stack where Pico is on Kale's head and then Kale is going really fast because now they have a sea serpent helping them along?
Unfortunately, I cannot give that
Okay.
to you because
Can I just
Sea
catch?
Serpent has already also swam
That's
away.
true.
Yeah.
Can I catch a good current like
Yes.
like a
So that
boat
you're like
myself?
basically, yeah,
I'm going fast.
behind. Okay, yeah, you're like
Sybil,
going
can you catch my tail?
essentially super
Can I?
fast
I am
behind
the
them.
boat.
Can I
If you want
hold
to
on to
make
Kale?
make another roll to see if you can manage to catch on and just get dragged through the water.
Yeah.
You don't need to breathe, so it's not like you're going to have
Yeah.
difficulty with that.
Pico.
No, actually, I can't do that.
No.
That's a 2.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So like you try and catch on to Kale's tail as they go past. Hello, Mr. Twist. As they like swim past, but they've already caught the current and it's just too fast for you to get your hands around it. So like you're swimming and you're trying to land the same current, but different body shapes and sizes from dragon to human ish does make that a little bit more difficult.
Ish.
One is hydrodynamic,
Ish.
one is, a
A
person.
human child, not a child,
Ish?
but
A scholar who does not swim.
Yeah,
a scholar.
yeah. Jax, you have gotten into a gondola. They have like helped you onto that so that you're not trying to just swim the entire way, which is going to get more like progressively more and more difficult for the other of them.
Yeah.
Are
I'm
you
just
going to
gonna
attempt to convince him to follow that boat, or
Oh, that vessel.
I'm just gonna go, hey, look, you see that kid over there and that other one's back, can't swim. Can you go pick them up, please? And also follow that boat. And then I just start to take a step off of the boat. And then how far is Ball from me?
let's see, it's been a little bit, so probably at this point, maybe 500 to 800 feet away.
That's within my range.
Yes, it is.
Boat rider.
Okay.
Right.
I was wondering.
All right.
Yeah.
So, before you do that, can I get a interaction roll? This is a persuasion style interaction roll to get this guy to go after the teenager riding a dragon through the water.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's an 11.
I'll call that good enough. So he does like turn the boat and start heading in your direction. Kale also, unfortunately, has already caught that current, and these are just gondolas. They're not like rowboats or sailboats. So the boat is going at the same speed as Kale. Like 500-ish feet. So you just have a boat chasing you, Kale. Sybil.
I don't
The
notice.
boat will eventually pass you if you want to try and get the boat
Yes.
to pick you up as
Yes,
well.
please.
Ball.
Got like an arm like a periscope.
I'm just picturing you like
Oh.
flinging your stuff into the boat and then trying to just go up through the boat.
You are almost to the docks.
What
where
I
you
pictured though
see
is them grabbing the bag and just pulling Sybil up by the back.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
picturing.
yeah. So Ball, you are almost to the docks. Like basically another round would have reached the docks. And then
Cool.
there's just like this streak of purple lightning that does singe the wooden gondola strongly all along it. Does not put it down because that the arrival does not cause damage. And like Jax is just there, like his shirt torn off, standing in front of you. And because he's standing in the boat, kind of blocking part of your vision.
I just
It's
stare
like-
daggers past him. I don't even look at him.
It is a very like he took a step and is like in mid step. So his like, foot lands on the ground, his hands are in his pocket, and he looks back and says, "All right, what's going on? What are we gonna do?"
None of your business.
He seemed pretty in a rush. I don't like to leave friends alone, so
Right. Well,
I won't interfere if it's anything intense, but I'm here as backup. All right.
don't need it. But thank you, I guess.
I'm
just
people think they don't need backup.
Focusing on getting to the other side. Also, I just want to be clear, Evie, I am not slowing down
all. Yeah.
until like I'm gonna Tokyo drift this. Like as soon as I get to the docks, I'm jumping off and letting the boat do whatever the boat is gonna do.
You're just gonna Jack Sparrow this shit.
All right,
Yep.
cool.
Damn.
So on what essentially is this next round, Sybil, you get picked up. Kale, you are like essentially around behind Ball, so you're watching as Jax appears on this gondola in a flash of purple lightning that at this point has become very familiar to you. Ball isn't slowing down. Bird?
Now it's just a dragon boat race.
Yeah, now it's basically just a dragon boat race. So you are in the water, like around behind Ball as Jax just appears in a flash of purple lightning behind you. You hear the next gondola guy going, "Oh my god, are you okay?" Like essentially doing the concerned thing, helping Sybil into the boat, and like has drifted a little bit to the side to fight against the current to give them time to get Sybil in.
I'll swivel my
I
head
would-
around just to see if Sybil's okay, and then like continue healing.
Yeah. Like full on Nessie in the water right now.
Yeah.
So Ball, I would like a and this is going to be a high difficulty. This is like 6
Mhm.
to leap from the now careening gondola onto the dock.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do I have to roll?
It's a difficulty 6, so this is a skill check essentially. Whatever skills you may have that are applicable, please let me know, and that will adjust your difficulty.
I have sailing, climbing, jumping, and balancing.
All right. That would ease it by 1
Yeah.
for the jumping and balancing. Sailing, this isn't like really a sailing thing because parking or stopping the boat would be.
Yeah.
Leaping from it, not so much.
Yep.
Fuck that boat.
Okay. That's a 17.
17. Very
Damn.
good. Not quite good enough. Very good.
Fair enough.
Because no, wait. I did ease it by 1, so that did bring it down to a 5. So 15 or better, you succeed. So like
Ooh.
And even better than I thought it was.
yeah, as you basically adjust the rudder of the gondola to start turning it, it assists in your flinging yourself from the boat to the dock. And it goes just doing fly pockets. Flinging yourself from the boat onto the dock. Jax, you see Ball, like you feel it starting to adjust itself, you feel the boat moving, and as you look back, you will suddenly finally realize that there's an unconscious person on the floor of the boat behind you, and Ball is like full on Navy SEAL launching themselves from the rear of the gondola onto the dock instead of stopping it. Are you going to attempt to take control of the boat?
You could say
or are
I
you
am
going to
moving like a
attempt to jump?
cat.
Yeah. Or are you
Ooh.
going to attempt to jump as well?
Just going through the whole range of
This
emotions.
is
Yep.
this is a big choice for
Mm-hmm.
Jax here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's the boat is just like going. There's no like it's just going with the current, yeah.
It's going with the current. Because you do not know really the mechanics of how these gondolas work and how sailing works without rolling for it, you are not really sure what will happen with the boat other than it floating, potentially continuing on the current, until like it happens. You would also have to make like a difficulty to essentially uh, sailing check to take full control of it and be able to attempt to dock it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Jack's spent a lot of time in the forests and stuff. So I think he understands that a current on a river means that there's a waterfall coming up somewhere.
No, it's just into the lake. It's literally just the water flow into the lake
Down
because
from
you've
mountains into
yeah,
the
you've
lake.
well,
looked
he
you've
he
looked
thinks it's a
through
waterfall.
down into the okay.
That's what I'm
But we're
getting at. He's
sea
like, there's a
level.
waterfall coming up. There's got to be.
Okay.
Look, that's what he's used to. Okay.
Okay, so
Fair.
because you can see the lake. Okay.
Water has to be a waterfall.
Okay.
So
Jack's
I
living
will
on the spot.
I will try to stop the boat hoist.
Okay, so you're gonna try and dock it? Or
Yeah, I don't know, whatever stops it.
okay, because there's
You know?
like a series of docks that is how they receive a lot of stuff from like the various for shipments.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
this type of boat probably doesn't have like a dedicated anchor of sorts. You kind of
It's
just
probably like a
latch
mooring
it onto
post,
the
and you've
dock.
got a rope to throw over it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's like
whatever stops it. I'm trying to stop it. Is the goal.
okay, so you're
Just
whatever
slam
steering
into
it
the
in
dock.
yeah,
stops
you're
it, I'm
yeah,
doing
you're steering it into
Yeah.
like essentially the docking area that has a variety of mooring posts that would at least it would slam into, if not get actually roped to.
If
Okay,
that's what
so
stops it, I'm trying to stop it. That's the
difficulty,
goal.
difficulty 2 sailing check to take control of
Mhm.
the gondola because they are not complex boats.
This is something. Wait, let me check. I don't know if this counts. This count as something. You're curious about training any task that involves finding out something new, searching for clues or exploring, digging through. Okay, no, that's not something new. Okay, never mind. We're doing it. It's an 8.
You
Nice.
succeed. Difficulty 2 is only a 6 or better, so you are
Yeah.
that's not a difficult thing to do. Like you jump back and you take control of the rudder that Ball was controlling, and like you're able to go, okay, it turns this way when I turn the rudder, and just turn it into the docking area. Kale, you see all of this from where you're like swimming and just kind of riding the current as well. Vol kind of turning the boat so that the tail swings towards the docks, leaping from the tail of the boat onto the docks. Jack's going, grabbing the rudder to control it instead of jumping as well. You don't know why because you did not see Ball knock someone out.
No.
And you like the next round will essentially be there.
Guess
What
guess
are
who
you
also
doing?
has a tail? It's me. I use it like
Yeah.
a rudder to like veer over after the boat. I'm not trying to smash into the boat, but like get to the dock next to it and then climb out.
Okay. All right, cool. Because attempting to leap from the water because you are
No.
not a water serpent was going to be
Nope.
a very difficult task.
No, I'm gonna do the
Sybil,
thing that like a cat does, where you like reach up and sink your claws into the wood and then pull yourself up.
Sybil, the guy was already like intending to attempt to go after
Yeah, I'm gonna
Alexi
be a
once they
normal
got you.
person about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna treat the gondola like a normal person would. Be like,
just imagine.
thank you so much. That
Just
would
imagine.
just
Yes.
Yeah.
Taxi,
Sybil
No,
disappointed,
follow that
momming from the
dragon.
back.
Yeah,
Sybil's not
taxi, follow
disappointed.
that
Sybil's
dragon.
just like trying to like get the water out of her hair and is like just going
Perfect.
through her
Yes,
journals
yes,
to
we
make
love it.
like she's just chilling. You guys can do. She's like, whatever. I'm incredibly tired. Also, I've got like a big old gash in the side of my like stomach. She's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I did not want to do that for that long.
Yeah. Perfect. Are you
Too bad.
gonna like? Do you have recovery rolls that you're going to take while you're in there?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
I've got.
Okay.
Is this like 10 minutes?
Not quite.
I have an action. No, fine. Action recovery roll then.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Because it's one of those things of it's going to take you
Incredible.
maybe like less than a minute to get to the docks because he's already turning it into the current to get there. You see all of this happen for the most part while you're doing the I'm being a normal person about this. And you're going to see whatever Ball is doing on the docks. While you
Mm-hmm.
look around, you can kind of identify what ship it might have been.
I go towards wherever I think he may be.
It's like another like one of the larger docks away, but easy to like navigate to because you're used to like not only going the traditional route but hopping the mooring posts to get to another one. You've done this before of like I'm not going to bother going to shore to get to another dock.
Yeah, I'm just going the most direct route to where.
So you see, you see Ball like look around, get their bearings, and then like a spider with the crab leg launch onto a couple of posts to jump
It's not
along
slowing her
to the
down.
next one. I would like a roll difficulty 3 to do this.
Is that already including the fact that I have jumping and climbing
No,
and balancing?
that is just from prior experience. So brings it down to a 2, so 6 or better to essentially
I rolled a 6.
do like the ninja warrior thing of I'm going to jump along posts.
I rolled a 6.
So yeah, you make it. You are traveling. You kind of leap past as the gondola you were in with Jax like bangs into a nearby mooring post as well. Kale,
Great.
you have reached this dock area.
Cool.
What you like? Are you going to continue swimming in the direction that Ball is going, or are you going to climb up onto the docks?
Yeah, there's a moment where Kale's like trying to pull themselves out of the water, and they look over and they see Ball just like taking off for somewhere else.
Yeah.
And they turn to Alexi and they're like, "Would you like to get off here?"
Yeah.
I believe I'm going that way.
Yeah. I'm just gonna and like just starts clinging to the nearby mooring post. Yeah. You guys are crazy.
Oh yes, very. I'll like pick him up by the scruff and put him on the dock.
Okay. So Jax, you have gotten the gondola into essentially an area that's kind of like a ping pong section that has a variety of smaller mooring posts that the gondolas can moor to when they are not in use. But this is mostly a large ship receiving area because the gondolas are kind of the taxi, so they go mostly to the actual districts and like have spots there. But you have gotten it into an area that there are obstacles that would theoretically prevent it from being swept away.
Yeah, I just take the guy out and throw him on the dry land, and then I also I don't like throw I don't actually like throw him, but I just
Set him.
kind of like I mean I don't
Load
it's
him
not
up
like
onto the dock.
I'm not being like super gentle about it, but I'm also not
Mhm.
like giving this dude a concussion, you know?
Okay, so yeah, you just
I already has one.
like pick him up and like haul him onto the dock, and you're just like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, and then I step out and try to follow after Ball too. I'd take my time though. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm
Uh,
going
Yeah, so we've
leisurely.
got the semi chase continuing. Ball, you will have reached the other wide dock. This is again a familiar area for you. You've been on a variety of docks before. This is also where you took your landing when you came into the city on your last job. Um, and you vaguely recognize the ship, and it's mostly because you saw it initially from Ace's perspective while on the deck. But your experience with sailing, I will just hand wave that, yeah, you would be able to parse out which one it is just from having seen enough of it. They are in the process of unloading supplies.
I go to whoever seems to be in charge
Hmm.
and just go, where are they? Step. And I try to describe what little I saw of them last time.
Okay. Let me have an intellect-based check to recall enough of seeing Ace from Ace's perspective. So, like, you don't normally look at yourself except in the mirror.
I'm gonna put 2 levels of effort into this.
Okay.
Damn.
So that drops it
Very
from a
important.
5 to a 3.
Yep. I have one of those is for free because I have 3 edge, just so you know.
Mhm.
No fucking way. That is a natural 1.
Nah.
So it's like,
Been too
where are
long.
they? And the random person that is essentially in charge of unloading the various supplies from the boat
Yep.
looks at you in confusion, and then you proceed to go, they're a person that was on your boat and they have skin.
Mm-hmm.
They might have been,
they
they
are
might
some
have looked
particular
kind of
height.
like a girl, but they might have looked kind of like a boy.
Their gender is uncertain. Their hair length I'm not familiar with. They might be either smaller and or taller than you.
Yeah.
But they were not. They may have been part of your crew actually. I'm not sure. They may or may not go by Ace. They they probably went by a different name. Maybe Ruby. Um. uh,
You can't even remember any of the nicknames at this point. Like, the intrusion is basically, you can't even remember nicknames that Ace went by when
Yeah.
you knew them,
The only
much
reason
less what they might be going by now.
the only
They
reason
have
Val
skin,
thought
and
of
they
Ruby is
are a
because they
height,
went
and
by
they might be
Sapphire
a
when they
gender.
first introduced themselves.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that is not even an Ace nickname. That's just Val being like, well, if I was Sapphire, maybe they went by Ruby. I don't know.
Yeah, so, like, it's just basically, they are a person-ish that has skin of a color of some kind that may be a height within
Of course.
height
Yeah.
and build of some kind, and they may have a gender.
Right.
Like, you have no idea
Maybe.
what they look
They might
like.
not.
I not.
Realizing that
Who
this
knows?
And
person
there's just like this blank look of what the fuck on this
bloody hell,
guy's face.
is this like a real ship, or is this still a river gondola type of thing?
It is a like river ship because it sailed across the lake, like
Yeah.
across a large lake to get here.
I'm gonna get to the highest point I can without having to like climb masts or shit. I just
Okay.
look out at the docks, see if I can spot them.
You're able to do that. But like, wait, what? Where are you going? Like, when people are trying to stop you because you are like storming onto a ship that
Yeah.
they don't know you, and you just rushed up to someone going, "Where are they?" and proceeded to.
Weird lady with a crab
There's
leg.
a person. So I would like some dodge checks. Kale and Jax are like starting to get to where Ball was. around the time that Ball is trying to dodge various ship people to try to climb one of the masts.
How many dodge rolls do you need me to do?
Give me at least 3.
3?
Yeah.
16,
Uh-huh.
10,
Uh-huh.
10.
10. And you are trained in speed defense, right?
Nope.
You're not. Okay.
I am not trained in any
so-
type of defenses.
All right. So the 10 is the only time that someone like grabs a hold of you, and it's like as you're trying to get onto the mast. Jax and Kale, what are you doing?
Kale, after they set Alexi on the dock, is actually going to scrabble up as well because it appears like Ball doesn't know what she's doing. Maybe, and they're going to like just
kinda.
take a moment to watch and then look over at Jax and be like, "What do you suppose they're after?"
No clue. She wouldn't tell me. I'm still just leisurely walking. I'm taking my
Try and
time.
help, I suppose.
Yeah, like about this time, the gondola guy is like helping to like steer towards where Alexi is like trying to jump from one of the posts and onto the dock as well, and is just like, you said you couldn't swim, like freaking out a little bit. But you are near enough to attempt to, get onto dry-ish land. I mean, they're docks, so they're not like really dry, but like
They're super
dry-ish
wet.
land.
I'm
Solid,
literally going.
solid surface.
I am actively going to wait until this man does his job and docks the gondola himself. Nobody
Smart.
like it's
Smart.
fine.
Amazing.
She's
Okay,
like got the
intellect
cardigan
character.
off. She's like, no, I'm okay. She's like digging around for money to pay this guy because she's like, oh right, yeah, this is a service.
Yeah, this is a service.
Also, I'm
Alright,
really
hey.
sorry. Can you pay that other guy too?
Okay.
The unconscious.
Alright, so, well, someone is like has caught your arm,
Mhm.
the arm, not the tentacle arm,
Yeah.
in an attempt to stop you. Like, what are you doing? You don't belong here.
I'm gonna kick him in the balls.
Okay, make an attack.
Jesus Christ.
This is a
I rolled a 5.
light attack. This is a light weapon attack, so that dropped it from a 4 to a
Not
3.
hindered.
I rolled a
a
5. It's
But a
fine.
5, like, is you know
I
how
try to kick him
sailors
with the
are.
crab
They are
leg. It doesn't work that way.
yeah. You know how sailors are. They're a little squirmy. They are flexible and they are used to brawling. So it's just like this. What is even going on with your body? And they're like trying to struggle you back towards the edge of the ship so that they can get you down the ramp and
I am
off of
not
the ship.
strong, so that is not hard for them to do.
Yeah.
But how many people are currently holding on to me? Just
Just the one. Like,
the
others
one?
will come to help in like a minute, but
Okay.
it's basically you dodged the first ones very successfully, and this one caught you at the mast.
Gotcha. I am going to water blast him
Okay,
off of me.
make another attack.
Okay. 16.
16 will very much hit.
I don't want to hurt him. I want him off of me.
Okay. With the 16, it would have just like been an additional hindrance, but like 16 still hits that. So yeah, like you basically water blast him directly into the face, which causes him in shock to and like trying to waft water out of his nose and throat.
Cool.
And you are right next to the mast with
Up I
a
go.
person that you nearly drowned on dry land, but they are not harmed.
I go
Climb?
up. Yep.
Okay. Give me a check just for like basically how fast you're going, because you're trained in climbing, right?
I am trained in climbing, yes.
Yeah. So this is just like how fast you're going.
12.
12. All right, so yeah, pretty easy. Like even with the crab leg, this is something familiar to you, so it's
all coming
not
back
as
to me
fast as you like It's not as fast as you have in the past before when you were with limbs that you were used to. But you're able to get up there as like the guy like snorts out water that went up his nose and into his sinuses. And the rest of you kind of are left watching Ball like ascend the mast of the ship with people like scrambling after. Still have no idea what's going on. At this point, like Maggie, the guy is like trying to tie off the gondola next to one of the ladders that are also placed on docks for when people fall in.
Cool.
Right, right. Oh no,
Hale is
Sybil's
going
just
to. Go ahead.
oh no, just that Sybil like I climbs up to the top and sees the two of you guys and is like, oh, hi.
Yeah,
What
no.
is what's happening? She's
Hale is like still dripping, and so
Mhm.
they'll shake off like a dog and fling water everywhere,
Okay.
and then trot over to you and be like, "I'm not sure what Ball is up
You
to."
are turning back into a humanoid
Oh, is the hour up?
at this point because the hour would be up at this point.
Great. Then I will, instead of trotting over, grab from my bag and pull out a robe and just haul that on.
You also still have my coat because I gave it to
Yes, right.
you.
Yeah. So yeah, like it's basically
I will get
like
dressed.
you feel like as you
Yep.
start trotting, you feel your paws start to shrink back into hands, and you're just like, oh shit, and
That
get yourself
cascade of magic
wrapped
that's been
up.
burning in me is
Yeah.
like finally flickering out.
Yeah, it's kind of exhausting feeling, in fact.
Yeah.
But you are humanoid and kind of near where Sybil is, and Jax is just kind of casually walking along dock to get to where the Ball is
I
doing
think
the
Pico gets
ship
an hour as
thing.
well, so Pico turns back into a teapot, and I'll
Yeah.
scoop him up and put him on my belt,
Yep. Yep.
and then
Yep.
head over to Sybil.
do we
Okay.
do we know what's happening at all, or did Ball just really want to commit? It looks like a couple of crimes.
I think so. Ball didn't say, but she seems very
Sure.
motivated.
I would agree with that. I've never seen her move that quickly. We should leave before. I think she knocked somebody out.
Yes, yes, she did.
Right.
We should go see what's going on. I think she's gonna
I
get thrown off
agree.
that ship very soon.
So
We could wait then. It might. I don't know. It might be faster.
Jax is going to continue to walk a little bit forward toward the boat that
Mhm.
Ball is on, but I don't go to it per se. I walk toward it, but I don't go to it.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking to see if any guards are coming. Any guards and or the people thingies with spears.
Looking around to see if there's anyone of authority beyond like shipmasters, etc. As the only
Cool
person in the
choices
group
there.
doing that, I'm just going to give it to you instead of you having to like make a roll to observe. There looks to be a fight that is wrapping up. 2 dead watchmen, and then 6 of them holding down a lancer and like capturing him essentially. The Lancer's weapons are on the ground. That's maybe like 1,000 feet away towards where like all of the warehouses and etc. for the dock are. But those are like the only like guard / fighter type people, because once the code green was called, everyone reacted because it was just kind of continued to shout throughout the city.
Is there a reason the guards are fighting the Lancers?
Oh,
I
I
shout
think
back to Sybil and
I
Kale.
kind of I told them some stuff that I shouldn't yell in public, maybe? Hold on. She like jogs a little to catch up with
I
you.
also yelled a lot of things, and I don't quite remember all of what I said. I wasn't.
I do. It was amazing.
I was
Yeah, I
both
do
less
too.
myself and more myself than I've ever been, and I'm
You
still not
mostly
quite entirely sure how that works.
you told them that Harper did
was
some
a
stuff.
terrible person. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
you kind of you did. I also told all of the city guards that the Lancers took me, kidnapped me. And it
Oh
seems to
my!
have had lasting effects in a way I did not anticipate at the time. Um,
I'd say some people are dead
I
over there.
did they? Oh, great,
Ooh,
cool.
What's
Um,
Ball doing?
great.
I don't know. I did. She didn't tell you guys anything. She just. I turned around
She
and
just
she was
ran.
gone. That's
I don't think she
fine.
wanted us to
Moment.
follow her, but still.
Hale
No,
suddenly
that's
like starts patting at their chests and sides, and it's like, I'm fairly sure I got stabbed repeatedly with spears, and I don't seem to have any marks. That's weird,
speak for
right?
yourself.
You
Sybil's
were a
got like
dragon.
just
Oh,
blood on her side. Just like I
are you
did.
okay?
And it. Yeah,
Are you all right?
I sure. Probably. I just swam a lot, so probably fine. But listen, we should catch up to her, right?
And Kale's already like over trying to fuss with your mood, and is like, yes.
She doesn't want us to follow her, but also she didn't explicitly tell us not to follow her. She's just making it really, really hard for us to follow her.
Well, I mean, we're here. I mean, I don't think she can go anywhere else but up since she's climbing
I
up
mean,
like
she's on a
a
boat.
pole.
The boat can go.
That's fair.
What is this? Is there anything that I can like discern from this boat? Like, are there any like flags or markers or anything? Like,
Go ahead and make a roll.
what?
I'm going to call it difficulty 4.
Do I
While
have
we're
any?
doing that,
No.
can I assess
12.
Sybil's wound and just see if she's gonna bleed
Yes, you
out if I
can.
don't slap a bandage on her?
I'm gonna bleed
you can.
out. It's just, when you've been swimming and the blood mixes
Eh.
with water and it looks
Are you
horrible.
assessing it or are you trying to treat it?
I'm just assessing it, and I only rolled a 7, so
Okay. It's a wound.
it's sure you got stabbed.
Yeah, it's a wound. Sybil did not undress, so it's hard to see, and a lot of the blood got washed away by being in the
Yeah.
water. So it's just basically, it is a wound, probably. You're trying to peek through the fabric at it. So
Like poking
like,
at it, and you're like,
stop
ow.
yeah.
Like, slap your hand away. I got a 12.
You got a 12. So I believe I set it at a 4 difficulty, right? Was it a 4 or 5?
Yes.
Which
It's
would be
4.
12.
Certainly wasn't a 5 because it was
Chad, help
Alright,
us
so-
out.
so yeah.
You remember?
All right, cool. So yeah, you probably succeed. It is one of the larger ships. Like, the size of this ship and the or overall orientation of it. These are the kind that bring supplies in for trade to the city. You can't determine which direction it came from, where it hails from, because it's either across the lake or down the river, and it's kind of a 50-50, because ships will go in both directions. It doesn't matter what their markings and flags are.
Sure.
This one does not seem to be one that is controlled by people in the city. You aren't sure who owns it or whatever, but they probably import rather than are for export. It's big enough for a river or a lake, not big enough for the ocean, but you haven't seen the ocean, so it's kind of just like the overall knowledge. It's probably accurate. And Ball is up at the top of it, clinging to the top of the mast, because they don't necessarily have a crow's nest for it, because it's just a rudder ship. So they're you see Ball's figure up at the top, of the mast, and that's it.
What is she doing up there?
I
Oh,
don't
see.
know.
Oh, see, I have something I want to do, but I'll wait until after ball goes again.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, you have reached the top of the mast.
Yeah.
You are like braced against the crossbeam that holds the sail, essentially. Looking around, I guess. Okay. Make an observation / perception search type check.
I'm gonna put 2 levels of effort into this.
Okay.
That's fucking bullshit.
No.
It was
But you could-
18 for 2 seconds, and then it bounced over to 2.
No.
I had that happen so many times last Monday.
It do be like that sometimes.
That happened to me so many times last Monday.
I'm so annoyed.
But yeah, so you are not sure. Like, you aren't sure really what they look like or what you're looking for. And there are a variety of people milling around, like giving wide berth to, oh, that is a fight between the Lancers and Watchmen that the Watchmen have attempted to control going on, and there are people observing it. Ball might, or like Ace might be one of them. Ace might be walking off. Ace might be somewhere else observing all of this with amusement.
I'm gonna grab some rope and jump off.
Good.
And do the pirate swing into the docks thing. Because I know that if
Okay.
I start climbing down, I'm gonna get in trouble. So,
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say you do that because that's fucking cool.
Nice.
nice.
I'm just
The,
gonna say you do
pirate.
that. So
Fine,
yeah,
yeah.
we've got Jack Sparrow launch and like hopping along the posts because that's what you do, and then you climbed up and now you're like doing the pirate swing off of the ship and to the docks, and you guys are all watching this. What is Jax doing? You said you had something that you wanted Jax to do.
Yeah, since it's been an hour, and I activated this right before we took our potions. I can
Mhm.
do it again, so I'm activating my demeanor beyond.
No.
Okay.
And I'm going to call out to just anyone on the ship that Ball was on.
Okay, so you're like, you have like, instead of paused to watch the fucking Nico, instead of having paused to watch the fight, you like continued on, and so you're just shouting to the ship.
Yeah, I
Okay,
saw enough
go
of
ahead.
what was going on over there. 2 people died. They're holding down the Lancers Society.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shout out to one of the people on the ship, the crewmates, and I'm just gonna go, "Hey, who's your captain? Bring me your captain."
Okay.
Take me to
Go
your
ahead.
leader.
Go
Casual.
ahead and give me a persuasion roll. And then Ollie gets something after this.
All right.
Go.
I'm not gonna use my free level of effort here.
Okay.
I'll wait for that. But persuasion.
Isn't it your next persuasion roll, or is it on
It
a
just
persuasion roll?
says, yeah, it just says you gain a free level of effort that can be applied to one persuasion task you attempt during this period.
Okay, so yeah, it's whenever you choose to apply it. So go right ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a big ol' 6.
Not great.
Damn.
They are like sitting between 3 and a 4 in difficulty level. Most of the like laborers are just at a 3, but like the actual ship folk that are on the ship are at a 4. 6 does not quite hit either of that. So mostly it's like you see Ball like swinging onto the dock a little in front of where you are, and you're like calling out to these guys, and they're just like, "Where are you go?" And like more distracted with Ball than responding to you. A couple of the laborers do see you, and they seem more stunned than responsive. So they're just kind of staring at you with their mouths gaping open. because you're something otherworldly.
I know I'm hot, but it's all right. I'll activate my powers slightly, so just my eyes glow, and I'll
Mhm.
just go. I said, "Who's your captain?"
Ooh.
Okay. At the ones that are staring at you, or at the ones that are trying to catch with ball and
The ones that are
very
staring at
behind
me.
on it. Okay. So that is at one level higher of difficulty because
Lovely.
of the initial failure. So go ahead and give me another roll.
Lovely.
These are just
Whoa,
laborers, so that turns it from a 3 to a 4.
lovely. I believe in myself. That's a 17 on the die.
Ooh.
Beautiful. So like there's this split second of just you're not sure if they are going to run or if they are going to respond. One of them drops the crate that he was holding onto his foot and like starts limping around, whereas his friend next to him is just like with the dock master. They're not on the boat. They're not on the boat. I
And bring him here.
they okay, like shoves the crate that he's holding at the friend that is limping around and like hopping, who like struggles to catch it as he like goes, oh, okay, and runs off. Ball, you have landed maybe 20 feet away from where Jax is intimidating various laborers at the ship.
And I'm just gonna go into the crowd.
Okay.
Bell,
I call after you.
At this point, I'm calling out for Ace.
Okay.
Just out as
Well,
loud as I can. Try to see if I
Kale's
can
calling
spot
after you.
anybody
Ball, are you all
reacting.
right?
Oh, we're
And
going?
Help.
Sybil, I would like
Following
to
after
offer you
Kale.
an intrusion.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
What's
You're agreeing?
Do I get to know what it is?
Okay, it has to do with the time that you guys again were not dead. You were just seeing and
In the cow.
observing
Yeah.
from a different
Cool.
perspective across the lake. Because
assumed we
you
were dead.
inhabited the person that
We
had
were kinda
interacted with Ace.
Yeah.
So it has to do with
Accepted.
like potentially being able to know where Ace is. So you're good? Okay.
Do it.
So as Ball like goes careening into the crowd of people like basically doing their work / trying to avoid the fight, you hear Ball calling out for Ace, and it's not familiar to you because you've never seen Ball do this, but it's familiar in a way that like you feel like you've done it before. And you remember a face turning towards you, a face that you've seen before, a face that ripped out your throat with
Mhm.
long nails.
Yeah.
And you feel that connection. You're near one of the hideouts and tunnels that you had marked out for the one that killed you. But you are stunned for a minute as the memory of that map that you had in this other form given to Ace kind of overtakes you, especially since you're already kind of exhausted. So you're just kind of standing there with your mouth gaped open for a little bit.
Sounds right.
shape of an L on her forehead.
But in the meantime,
What?
in the meantime, while you decide who gets the other experience point, someone redeemed, give Mr. Twist a biscuit.
Oh,
ooh.
Hey.
Mr.
he gets
Chair, up on the
biscuit.
chair. You need to be in camera when you get your biscuit.
Oh, we can see him there. Look at him.
Oh, he's such a
Look
good
at
boy.
him.
Boy.
Such a good boy.
Boy. the audience would like to give you a biscuit. Do you think you deserve it? You do, because you're a cute good boy. Here you go. Gently. Oh, such a good, gentle good boy. Isn't
That
he
was
such a
good.
sweetheart?
He's so good.
I'm gonna give him so much pets later.
Yes.
Love a dog.
All right. Very good. Very good. Okay, so who got the other experience point?
Maggie was so distracted by the dog that
I
forgot to
was.
think about
I
Entirely
was.
It's also
valid.
short-circuited.
So entirely valid.
Pick a number between 1 and 10. All of
Me
you.
or
No.
them?
Mal.
Okay.
7.
4.
5.
It was in fact 4.
Nice.
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 There you
Awesome.
go.
But does that mean I get it, or does that mean I don't?
Yes.
I don't. Oh, okay.
No. That means you don't. No, that means you get it. Don't worry.
No, you're
Okay.
wrong.
That means I am officially at 4 XP, so I can get an advancement. So thank you.
Okay. Very cool.
I
So
need it because I'm gonna be
in mine.
traumatized.
Jax, are you waiting for the ship's captain, or are you going to go after Ball, who has like rushed into the crowd?
I'm going to wait
You're
because
gonna wait. Okay.
I don't know how I could help Ball in this situation.
Okay. Especially since you don't know what they're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've heard the name Ace before, and understand that's the
Yeah.
sibling of hers, but I don't know what they look like. So I was,
Yeah, I think you calling Ace is like the first time we actually know what this is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, right.
All right.
so I'm gonna wait on the ship captain.
Okay. Ball, give me a luck roll.
I believe in you.
Natural 1.
Oh, no.
Incredible.
Seriously?
This is the luckiest.
Incredible.
And that's
So,
what you're
like,
looking for. Yeah.
That
you
was
are, yeah, you are like in this like crowd of people that are just doing like their morning work, and like you spin a couple people around to try and see if they are Ace, if there's like any connection, any recognition, and like not a one. And at this point,
I'm
you
panicking.
you are legitimately panicking, because you can also feel like there was that moment of connection when Ace looked through your eyes and you looked through theirs. You can't feel them now. You could kind of feel them before because they were close, but you can't feel them now. And you are panicking because you are convinced that you have lost them now. And they are so close.
Yep. Now it's starting to look less like a person who knows what they're doing and has a purpose, and more like a maniac searching for ghosts. Yeah.
Yeah, just like spinning people around. Is it you? And like none of them. Not a single one. Sybil, you would come back to your senses. You've kind of lost track of where Ball is among people because you were stunned. But you do.
Kale's been trying to keep an eye out. I think they were torn between helping Sybil, but Sybil said no, so they're not going to force that. So they'll just stand nearby and keep an eye on Ball.
Yeah, so you do like have an idea of where this secret entrance / hideout would be.
Secret tunnel.
That might be where Ace is going toward, but now you can't really see where Ball is, and mostly just see Jax off on another dock waiting for someone, and Kale like wrapped up in their robe watching
Standing like
the crowd.
beside you.
Hale, can you find Ball? I think I might have an
yes.
idea.
She's over there. Do you want me to go get her?
See if you can. She's looking for. She was saying Ace, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know how to
What's
explain
the
it.
sibling she's been wanting to find?
Yes. You remember when we all died and we went into like the place that wasn't
Anyway, I think I saw Ace there,
Rather hard
and
to
I
forget.
think we're close to where I saw them when we died. It doesn't really make sense. Just I think Ball
Nothing
might
makes sense
understand
anymore,
it.
but sure. Yes,
Just-
I'll go
just-
get Ball and we'll go find this Ace.
I'll get
That's
Jax
what they want us
Yeah.
to do.
figure it out.
As a reminder for Kale, that was the same bar that you saw Moira in.
Yep. No, I remember. I have not
Yeah.
forgotten. I
Okay.
was dead, and I
You were
was
not
saying my
dead. You guys
goodbyes.
were not dead.
We
Nope,
were
we
dead
weren't.
to
We're not
our
dead.
knowledge.
In our heads, we were
We-
dead.
We
Yeah.
believe that we're dead, and you know what? Living is just about the state of mind.
So if you believed that you were dead, that means that you believed that all 4 of you died and came back to life,
Oh,
not
great.
just Jax.
No, like his was more permanent.
Okay.
It was sort of like our
okay.
bodies.
We
our
did
souls and
technically
our
see
bodies
his
parted for a
actual
while.
corpse.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like dead,
He was dead.
Okay.
and we were just like not
He was near
here,
death,
which is
a
Okay.
different
different.
experience.
Well, yeah. So
Purgatory.
Kale is going to get Ball,
Ball.
and Sybil
Kale
is
will
going
actually
to go
like
get
kind of like
Jax.
Yeah.
before they run off because they are exhausted now after that rush,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
and then
very
they'll
draining.
trot off into the crowd.
So Jax, you will in the process of Sybil trying to get over to you, see the laborer trying to usher someone in your direction, and then you're also seeing Sybil having walked around to the dock that you're on as well, also coming in your direction pretty much at the same time. So around the time that the laborer and the captain would get to you, Sybil will also be there.
She just looks at the oh, do you want to go for Jax? Did you do something?
And the
Yeah.
captain
for the
smacks the
captain.
laborer over the shoulder. What's wrong? All of this has interrupted everything. What is wrong? And is just lecturing the laborer and going, "What do you want? You are very strange." Momentarily mesmerized by you, and
This
then
is
just
because I'm a god. Don't worry about it.
what?
Listen, couple of things here. A commotion has
You don't
happened
look
here.
like
A friend of mine going through a lot of stuff.
don't-
Don't worry about it. No, listen, no, look, I'm a god. It's true.
I'm so
Saddam was
distracted
my
by the
aunt.
birds.
It's just a true thing.
So much. Go ahead and make a persuasion roll for whatever it is that you are trying to
Can I
get
help?
out of the captain.
Can I
Um,
help?
yeah,
just
yeah,
by
you
The
can.
goal
nodding
is-
emphatically.
Helping does ease it by 1, so yes, you can help.
Always
just
help your
like-
friends.
The goal.
He is, yeah.
The goal is to convince the captain to in the crew to forget about what happened today. Just be like,
Okay.
I had a friend going through some stuff. Don't worry about it. I'm a god. It's okay. Don't
God
worry about
stuff.
what
You
happened
wouldn't
here.
understand.
Stop.
Okay, so it is eased by 1, and the captain is also sitting at a 4 for difficulty because full-on sailor and shit, experienced with stuff. So eased by 1 brings it down to a 3, so you have to roll a 3 or better. Unless you're using your persuasion thing
Lovely.
from being, otherworldly.
That is a 13.
Okay, beautiful.
I'm not. I'm just going at this.
Yeah. You're saving it for when you need it. Yeah. All right, so he just goes, yes, fine. No harm done. You don't look like Paradoha, but okay, I'm sure that there are others.
Who's that?
Let's just say that you're not my god. God's a god's a
That's
good
fine.
back.
He's God adjacent. It's
It's it makes sense.
he's not part of the canon. I don't. He,
Cannon.
Balance will happen where it may.
No, I was here. I was here thousands of years ago. It's true. I was.
I don't know that was you. Was it? Like
It was
actually,
actually. I was there.
And so, like, the laborer is now just staring at you agape, and the captain is very confused because that was not a high enough roll to convince him that you actually are God. Just like, okay, sure,
You're just a
fine.
madman.
This is all very, very weird. So it's just like,
Name's Jax. Don't forget it.
oh, right. And then just like shoves the laborer back towards work. Just get back to work. Stop staring at this strange person. Uh, it- it's fine. It's fine. No harm done. Nothing stolen. Fine. And it's just like kind of looking back at you on occasion before continuing to wander back off to the dockmaster for essentially checking in because that's what they do.
Yeah. I'm real good at this, I think. I think I'm getting better at interacting with people.
Yeah.
you know,
All right, what do you got? What do you got, Sybil?
Alexi, by the way, will have followed Kale because, like, is also still like trying to like shake themselves dry and like get the like moisture out of his hair and everything.
Lexi has figured out that Kale is not likely to leave them directly into danger.
yeah,
Yeah.
the only one.
Also out of character, a little bit of meta. Alexi is somewhat convinced that if he catches up with Jax, Jax will try to make him fight
Do
the
push-ups.
laborer because Jax is posturing at them.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Probably, yeah.
So yeah, you were able to catch up with Ball fairly easily. You were keeping an eye
And I'll
on where they were going.
Come over and kind of like, Bala, are you okay?
They were here. They are one of these people. And I go to another person and just
Ace?
rough them up like, where
Oh,
are they?
I'll come over and put a hand on your shoulder and sort of be like, Ball, are you looking for Ace?
They're here. I saw them.
I don't disbelieve you, but there are better ways to search. Sybil said she knows something about where Ace might be. Do you want to come back with us?
I'm supposed to be nice to Sybil now. Sure.
All right.
Okay. So
Lead you back over.
guys,
I'm going to
yeah,
take
so
a
you
look at
guys
your
are
eyes,
able to
though, first.
reconvene
Like,
pretty easily.
are you okay with my intuition?
Mhm.
There doesn't, you don't need, I would say that's not a role that
Yeah.
needs to be had.
No.
Val is not
You're
okay.
not okay. No,
No.
I didn't think so.
Bal's eyes are, she looks like she is about like one more inconvenience away from just breaking down and just crying the rest of the day.
Cool.
So you guys are able to fairly easily reconvene. Jax, are you like having helped to smooth things over so that hopefully it's not yet more people chasing after you guys?
Just pissing
So
everyone
good
in the
job
city
on
off.
that. Because yeah, you guys kind of do that. I'm assuming that you will easily go along with them, or is there more that you wanted to check out and do while you have your demeanor up?
I'm
No,
so
while
sorry.
we're waiting
This is
for
the
them,
fucking
I'm
bird.
We're so distracted by the bird.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, the bird is a real thing. I'm going to. That person mentioned a god's name.
Yes.
Do I have
Paradoha.
an idea of that? I'm well traveled.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and make a check. Based off of your traveling and your history, I'm going to ease that down to a 4
And is my sort of
because it's one of
free
the ones
spirited
that
thing come into play
is
here?
it's learning a new thing. Yeah, so discovery and learning a new thing. So that would bring it down to a 3 because Paradoha is still widely observed and like prayed to. So you are more likely to have encountered this than lesser known.
So 13 again.
Yes, you are able to, like,
Consistency is key.
chance and the balance and paradox of predominantly water and sailing. Like, a lot of sailors worship still, like, even to this day, like, through the era without
Sailors like
magic,
God?
where they didn't actually encounter a lot of like gods and godly proving. Paradoha is still like very, I wouldn't necessarily thoroughly worshipped by sailors, but Paradoha is like a sailor having superstitions and like adhering to that. And there are the occasional shrine in like ship towns and dock towns that you would have seen. The symbol is a Fibonacci spiral, sometimes depicted within a shell or a wave, things like that.
Sybil, you ever heard of this Paradoha? You ever heard of that before?
Have I? Question mark.
Make a roll.
This one. No, I haven't.
What was
No.
that, a 2?
No.
It was a 1?
Mhm.
Ooh.
I've never
So
heard of this one.
you don't really talk to a lot of the people that would be familiar with it. You didn't even think that that was like a name that a god could be. And because that is an intrusion, you are hindered on like figuring things out about Paradoha in the future.
Just like forever.
Just like
Rip.
until you have like been taught or learned about them. But
God
it's
damn.
basically
Rip.
it's like that is that a thing? Is that really a thing? That sounds kind of like a superstition type thing. It doesn't even
Yeah,
sound like a name.
it's one of the fake ones. It's one of the fake gods.
I don't know. It's just I'm being interested in more God stuff here about gods and stuff.
Makes sense. I
I
don't.
keep telling people I'm a god, but that's just me just sort of trying to strike fear into their hearts. I still don't. I'm
Right.
still not even entirely sure myself, honestly.
You're not
I-
entirely mortal, but I'm not sure that you're entirely a god yet.
Oh, we arrived. Oh.
I'm definitely. I feel like I'm definitely immortal. I died.
That's
I don't.
awesome.
better.
That's
Excuse me.
not. That's not how that. You don't get to be immortal if you come back. It's not. We can talk about that later. That's okay. I don't
That's
think
a
you understand.
Much longer conversation.
Yeah.
This-
What I'm very
I'm
interested
agreeing.
in,
I'm not there.
you said that you could
I
find.
died. Yeah, I feel like if you die, that means you're not
Yeah,
over.
I think Excel was saying a mortal,
Oh.
not immortal.
Oh, yes.
I heard
Every single one of
immortal.
us are like, "You're not immortal. What do you mean?"
You did
And
die.
he's like,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, I died. Yeah.
like
I
during
agree,
this
yeah.
conversation, Kale and Ball like show up with Alexi like still kind of like ruffling his hair behind them.
"Great.
I'm
Okay,
interested in this conversation, but we should earmark it for later.
everybody.
Sybil, you said you knew something about where Ace might be?
maybe,
How?
maybe." Do you remember that time that a bunch of stuff happened and we went to a place that looked a lot like this?
You mean every day?
No, I thought we were on an island.
No, I was in an alley with someone that I think is Ace, and then Ace ripped my throat out and it was really uncomfortable and I didn't like it a lot. But I was working with them and I wrote down some locations of a safe house, and I think, you know, None of this makes sense. I realize none of this makes sense, but the way that things make sense in a dream, how all of a sudden you just kind of like know things, that's I just kind of know this. I feel like I could lead us to this place where I
believe you.
think Ace is.
Lead the way then.
Okay.
When did
I
you
was-
get your throat ripped out? When did this happen?
When we all died. You were more permanently dead. I don't know where you went.
Oh, you guys died too?
It's
Unclear.
complete. Yeah.
I think our souls left our bodies somehow.
Mine certainly did. I was not myself.
I have no memory of this.
I had no body and I was just floating like a ghost.
I
So
expected more pushback, honestly, from this whole thing. So I just okay. We
Lead the
You-
way.
Yeah.
Sure. Do we not want to talk about the whole jumping into the river and then climbing up the mast of a
I saw Ace.
okay, can
What do we need to talk about it for?
we
Yep.
should try and find them.
we should
Like,
also like
quickly.
communicate what's going on so that some of us don't almost drown because we're trying to catch up with our friends?
Well, you were busy with the revolution. I figured I'd catch up later, if at all.
Okay.
I know
Alright,
you knew
um,
Ace very well back in the day, but Sybil did witness them try to murder someone, so they may not be quite who you remember. Do try to keep that in mind.
We've all
Sounds like
killed
they
people.
succeeded. The throat ripping out is pretty deadly.
They
No.
didn't. Well, it was. I don't know what happened to the me. That was.
Can we talk about
Yeah.
this while walking, please?
How do?
Thank you.
Yeah. What's the process for? She just picks a direction
we're
and
just
starts
going.
walking.
Yeah, I'm actually going to say let's go ahead and take a quick break, and
I need
we
water.
will come back with
Nice.
that because I also need water. So we will be back shortly. Stay
Oh, damn.
tuned. Let's hope that they all are able to resolve whatever is going on. But see you soon. Bye.
We'll make it worse.
Damn.
We are back. Welcome back to Empyrean Rising episode 23 or
No.
33. 33,
There you
not
go.
23.
Nailed
Yeah,
it.
episode 33. I am
There's
so
a
good at
number.
this.
There's a number
But
involved.
yeah, so we are after we are post a couple of fights and post some panicking on Val's end. As a special quick reintroduction, Evie the Disaster Jam, hi, pronouns she, they, or any. We've also got Alina, they, them, Maggie, they, she, Excel, he, him, Joel, any. Playing our various characters. We are also raising money via Tiltify campaign Congo for Congo for Tomorrow. You will be able to see the information for Congo for Tomorrow in chat. But yeah, so check that out. QR code still active. Blah blah blah. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. All of the little clicky buttons and fancy things. I am so official and good at this. Anyway. So as you guys start wandering away from the docks, with Sybil just kind of vaguely looking around, going, I think it's kind of this way, because you have not been there yourself. It's mostly like trying to think on the memories of a body that you vaguely inhabited and rolled a nat 20 on when you were in there, so you were able to retain some of the memories that they had, going, okay, I think it might be this way. So it's very slow moving as you are going, okay, through the docks, and then I think, no, it's not that warehouse, it's this other one. What are the rest of you doing as Sybil is trying to parse through whatever they remember?
Can we aid her in any way? I don't know what she's looking for, but do I know this area?
Help me
This
remember my dream.
When you
this
died.
is not one of the tunnels that Kale has taken before.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like mole territory.
Mm-mm. Well, there is just different section. You didn't really work the docks.
Yeah.
Listen, I've never actually been here. I'm trying to remember something that I never actually did, but I'm pretty positive it's this direction. Just bear with me.
Bob,
Every now
what
and then.
does Ace look like? Just so we can keep an eye out.
Right. So that is not an easy thing to answer. Mostly because Ace doesn't quite look like anything. Or everyone.
What do you mean by that?
Remember how he used to look like a man?
Mm-hmm.
Well, imagine that, but worse, in that Ace can just look like whatever they want.
They're a shape changer? Or
No.
good with disguises?
They're just really good with, yeah. Although, Although I guess they might be a shape changer now.
When you say anything, do you mean like? And she's pointing at the crab leg. Like
No.
anything or like?
I don't know if it goes quite that far. I think they are a person that can change into another person.
Okay. Okay.
I kind of was watching through their eyes at the time when they changed, but it felt like rushing water.
Right. Discussing how we all see through each other's eyes is a conversation for another day. For now, we'll just take it as read.
You look like a dragon to me, for the most part. Oh, okay. Sybil's like, now I actually have to think about how I see everybody. How?
For what it's worth, that's not new. Oh, sorry, that isn't like that is new. I haven't. It wasn't until was it yesterday, I believe, that I started seeing through Ace's eyes.
That was when you. Was that the same time that the god was? Oh, also, do you know this god? Somebody on the docks, Paradoha, they mentioned that. Is that one that you know?
Oh yeah, that's my lady. Well, my deity, yeah.
So that's the one that
Oh.
was watching you before.
Probably, yeah. Oh, I mean, I was praying to them, yeah.
And she spoke with
Real?
you?
Oh,
You know, watched by a god?
Oh, Jax, yeah. I'm trying not to think about that.
Oh,
I think that one was.
I mean, theoretically, you're
Real.
being watched by a god right now. Jax is here.
I thought the consensus was that I wasn't a god.
No, you're
I'm
god
confused.
adjacent.
I'm confused now.
Oh no, there's Demi in front of that.
You're like a cousin of a god. You're like one, like first cousins, that whole.
Or a god that hasn't fully awakened yet, I think. It's maybe more
Yeah,
accurate.
My aunt is so it's not really cousin. And I'm pretty sure I've been thinking about it, and maybe my dad is a god, so that's also possible.
Yeah, I guess
Right.
I do actually have parents somewhere.
You didn't meet him, did you? I thought you
My
said you
dad?
hadn't met your parents.
The
I
fucking bird.
haven't seen them at all. They've been gone since I was born. They had to leave for some reason, apparently. My aunt never talked about them, which Tatumba's pretty tight-lipped about all that.
This bird.
Yeah.
It's just the way the bird just kind of walks like up to it and just goes, "What is this?"
Hello.
It's bird safety.
That's how birds are.
That's right, let him have some.
So
Bird
cute.
safety.
It's
Bird
that's how
safety.
birds are. That's just how they
Mhm.
are.
That's how they are. They're just little sassy dinosaurs.
Right. Why are
Yeah,
you
they are.
bringing Panda Hop?
Mostly because
Oh.
somebody on the docks brought it up.
Oh
Yeah, and I
that
was wondering who
makes
that
sense.
was. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. I
Right, yeah.
didn't
No, I know. They told me.
think it was real. Um
And gods are real. It's not really far of a
no,
stretch.
but like some of them aren't.
We saw my aunt,
Yeah, I'm not saying your aunt's not a god. I'm saying
We saw your aunt.
the other
Yeah.
one.
in
It's-
that dream we all had together after I was almost died.
Right, and dreams are famously like real things that we.
Sometimes they are.
All right, you are an exception.
We are
You think
currently
that's
going to a location I saw in a dream.
All of the rules that we
Alright.
knew have been thrown out the window.
Listen, I saw
I-
thousands of years pass before my eyes, and civilizations
too.
rise and
It was
fall.
really messed up.
I was just a symphony of selves.
I was me.
I got my throat ripped out by you.
See
That
that?
was
See,
cool.
I'm saying that. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying is
I
that
didn't do
person's
that.
definitely dead because when you rip someone's throat out, they die. Trust me, I've done it before. It's not something you can come back from.
Okay.
I.
Okay.
I'm
Uh,
suddenly realizing that I don't feel safe around you.
No, I'm not gonna rip your throat out.
How did
That guy had it coming because he
But
did
that's
something
my
with his
yeah.
character.
was
But-
it
hmm.
like a fingernail thing or just like a grip strength?
I have pretty good grip strength. Yeah, I just climbed trees as a kid and wrestled bears. What do you think is going on over here?
Sybil just, I imagine that they're at like a crossroads and Sybil is just like, and just gonna pick a random one at this point. It's like, I have to leave.
Yeah, climbing
Anyway.
trees, Jack's climbing things.
Sure. Yeah.
With just pure
With your
finger strength. Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Ugh.
but yeah, so like it takes a little bit, like okay, it's
Rip your
like
trigger, get out.
random. Okay,
I could make
that
so many
one looks
jokes.
about right, and it's a warehouse that stores a variety of supplies, exports, imports, etc. in it, and you like almost go in. You almost go in, and then you're just like, no, it's around back. Okay, I got this. It's around back, and like walk around to like essentially one of the like the big door, but like kind of a back/side entrance to the building, and you're pretty sure that you're at the right place.
Is this it?
Yes?
I go in.
Oh, maybe?
If this is
I
it,
don't-
I'm going in.
I don't know that we're allowed to okay.
Do you know how
It's-
to access it? Is it a tunnel? Is it a doorway?
Is it a?
I mean, we're
is-
just at like the door, right?
Yeah, there's a door, right?
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
gonna
door,
open the
and the door opens. Yeah, and you walk in, and it is a back meeting room for the warehouse.
Does it
Just looks
smell
like a
like
room.
Ace?
It smells like a warehouse.
Your
No.
sibling smells so specific that you can identify them by smell.
If you are not, listen, if you are at a place, if you know, you need to meet sailors. All right, we fucking reek.
But
There's no
Oh.
showering in the ocean. Okay,
There should be. There's a lot of water.
showers haven't been invented yet, and that's salt water. That smells bad too.
You
That's like fucking fish piss.
Anyway, yeah,
Oh.
it's a
Right? Yeah.
it's a room. It's a meeting room. It's got a table. It
Mhm.
smells like a warehouse. It's like warehouses don't smell amazing either.
Right. Yeah.
But it mostly smells like a warehouse. You don't smell like the inherent like sweat of someone that is
Been sailing for a while.
days off of showering.
Mm.
I don't
Yes,
know
Kale?
that we're allowed to be here.
you said before that you saw through Ace's eyes.
Right. Yeah, I did do that.
Do you think you could do that again if you were concentrating?
I could try. No.
No, okay.
Out of character, I can only do that once a day, and I already did it today. So
Yeah. But yeah, so
yeah, I'm gonna go check the desk.
okay. Searching the desk. Go ahead and give me a search check.
17.
17. You
just
see a
always
couple
go-
manifests for the warehouse itself.
Yep.
Along with like some notes in a different language. You see like really, really old snack just kind of thrusting to a plate underneath said notes in another language that they just kind of toss it on top of. And not a lot else.
What type of snack is it?
It is dried and crusted and slightly molded, so you can assume that at one point it might have been a fruit or vegetable, maybe.
No sense.
Kale's gonna start to look around because they know how to conceal a secret tunnel.
They do.
So they are going to take a look around this room.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a search check.
Oh, nat 20.
Nice.
So
I'm
as you're
rolling.
looking around,
Right.
the table is nailed down, which is weird. Like normal on a ship, not normal on like solid land.
We're in a ship.
And you are pretty sure that there is a way to lift and turn it on an axis, possibly to give you, yes, indeed, access to a secret tunnel.
Okay. So Kale's like feeling around. They get down, they look under the table for a moment, and then they scratch their head and like, Jax, could you give me a hand for a moment? Just stand over that end of
Okay.
the table. We're going to
I don't know if
lift
I can
and
throw it back though.
go
Oh.
to the left.
Oh, you mean okay. Oh yeah, sure.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. And I'll try and turn the
Super
table.
easy. Super easy, like it's on a balancing system that like would allow a single person, possibly with one hand, to lift and turn it because they might be
Interesting.
carrying stuff down.
Right. And does it open something?
Yeah, it's like stairway into the ground.
I'm going.
Okay. She is really fast.
I'm gonna do an action recovery roll.
Okay. You also had time during the initial like standing around talking to people at the docks to have done a 10-minute if you had wanted to use that.
I had to use my
Instead.
10-minute before, so
Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, so like down into the tunnel you guys go, Ball very eagerly rushing ahead without waiting to consult. Let's
Kale
think
will
about this
wait
type
until
of
everyone's
moment.
in and then close the door behind us so nobody comes
Yeah.
down after
Yeah,
us.
there's even like a handle to help turn
Yeah.
and like shut it behind you. Which initially it is dark, but there is one of those panels that you kind of notice because you've got like a fucking major effect, so you know how this works. So like as you're turning it, like where the handle ends up is like right above one of those wall plates that turns
cool.
on the special lighting.
Hit the lights.
Yeah. So you guys are walking down and into this tunnel, Ball leading, Sybil and Jax following, then Kale bringing up from the back.
I'm gonna draw my sword
Okay.
Ooh.
as we descend, just in case we stumble across someone who isn't,
Okay.
and also just in case they try to kill me, whether they are or are not who we're looking for.
Okay. Yeah, so it's basically it leads into like with a turn, kind of this not necessarily even secret base, sort of like someone living in the basement. It's very much like there's a bed, there's a desk, there's like a little living area down here. The desk looks like it has been fairly well maintained. There's not really dust or anything with the lights up the way that they are. You can fairly easily see around, and there is another door that leads out and away separate from the stairs. But there is no other person in there currently.
If there's a trash can around, I'm gonna kick it out of frustration.
Yeah, I mean, like you gotta have
Bloody
somewhere to throw
fucking-
things down here.
I did just say it was a maybe.
I know. I'm not angry at you.
This isn't part of the moles networks. This is a completely different secret tunnel.
No
I
surprise.
imagine smugglers?
Whoever it was that Ace was dealing with before, they provided like a whole list of these kind of locations. This is just the only one I can remember.
Definitely smugglers.
So, Ball, if I can ask, what prompted this? You saw them?
They were watching me, and I felt them. And then I looked across the water, and then they were there.
So we've seen them. They're here somewhere.
I've seen them. They are here. And they've fucking still been away again.
Have we considered that they don't want to be found?
Well, when you tell someone to come find you, you kind of expect to be found. You know?
Sure, but then why?
Ace told you to find them?
Oh, I don't remember anymore. That's the vibe I get. I've been looking for them for a decade now. I just kind of lean on the desk, just kind of dejected.
While you guys are talking, Alexi kind of like edges around,
God,
letting you
right.
guys talk, looking at you a little in confusion and strangely at all of this new information that is being said in front of them. Checks under the bed and like pulls out a small case that like rifles through. I think that would fit. Yeah, this is one of Jeff's places. We keep like some supplies and stuff in places like this. And like
Oh, cool.
proceeds
Is it
to
Empyrean?
change directly in front of you into dry clothes.
That's fair.
Just turned around.
Just every single person in unison.
We
We're
just
all just
whoop.
like,
It's like
yep.
Yep. Random person changing in front of me.
So I will come over to Ball and kind of put a hand on her shoulder and say, Ball, it's obvious that Ace is very important to you. And you don't have to tell us everything, but I think it is time to tell us something about who they are and what they mean to you.
Right. Yeah. So I. I don't want to do that.
You got to.
I understand, but we are here willing to help you find Ace.
To be fair, you didn't have to.
We have an
Well,
agreement, you and I honor my agreements.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Bloody dragons. All right. Alexia, are you done?
Yeah, it was just like some pants.
Okay, and then I sit down at the desk more comfortably, put up my crap leg.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ace and
Wait
I.
1 second. Have you done your workout today? Look at Alexi.
You had me work out in like that weird underground place that
That was
like
yesterday.
teleported to. That was this morning.
Potato, go
both?
do it.
Oh, fuck. Fine.
Are we going to address the?
All right.
The child situation.
He just wants me to train him. I don't know what you. Yeah.
He's a spy for Jem. We're in one of Jem's buildings. He probably still wants to kill us.
When we're
Yeah.
cool with
Nothing's
this.
mutual, to be fair.
I mean, look, listen. The kid's gonna try to fight us when he gets strong enough, and I'm just helping him get there.
Well, us? I'm not going to fight Alexi. What's this
Absolutely
us
not.
bullshit? I'm going to find a kid.
I'll fight him. It's
I
fine.
think that's a one-on-one with you, Jax.
It's fine either way. I love a strong opponent, so it'd be cool to train my own strong opponent. Anyway, keep going talking about your
I'm
thing.
gonna get strong enough to kick your ass. He
Yeah.
says as he's like trying to do more push-ups.
You can do the
So
knees. You can use the knees if you want. You gotta work your
I'm
way
so
up to
tired.
the big.
But yeah, so
Right.
he's proceeding to attempt to do his workout again.
The backdrop of this emotional conversation is just a
Yeah.
16-year-old trying to do push-ups.
Yeah.
Right.
After
Good.
like
Perfect.
all of that, nearly drowning.
The beginning of a civil war.
Yeah.
It's
Because
fine.
you almost died today, you can only you could do half of the workout. You could just cut it in half.
How very lenient of you.
Dying is its own training method.
Kind of is, yeah.
Right. Anyway, Ace and I go way back. Kind of was the person who really taught me to be who I am. Eventually, like everybody else, they left, and I set sail to look for them. That was 10 years ago.
Why did they leave?
Well, that's probably one of the first questions I'm going to ask them when I find them.
So they were like your mentor, friend?
I've always considered Ace more like a big sibling of sorts. But I guess those words would apply to my captain, my caretaker for a
And
while.
you
etc.
obviously care deeply for them, which is why you want to find them.
I almost died multiple times looking for them, yeah.
Wait, how old are you?
I think this is out of character. I think we established it was
Like mid-20s?
yeah, mid to late 20s.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
I don't actually know. It's been a while since the last time I cared to count. I know I've been at sea for 10 years. Well,
You also occasionally
water.
docked, and there was just somehow a note left behind for you by Ace. But it's
yeah.
been about 5 years since they last left you a note.
It was last communications happened like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But
So you've been chasing this person for as long as you knew them?
no,
Huh?
not really. I knew them for like what 5 years beforehand, maybe
Somewhere
5 more.
between like 4 and
Hold on.
6.
My
You've been-
brain is talking to me.
Yeah,
Some-
somewhere between 4 and 6.
Sometimes,
So like from your actual childhood,
yeah.
but
I've known them since I was a kid. I'm not. I don't really count like time. Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean anything to me.
No,
And
I
you grew up
just
on the street, right? More or
Sort
less.
of. Not by choice. Although nobody chooses. Well, that's not
No.
true. Some people do.
Well, I can very much understand and empathize with your friendship with Ace. I would go around the world to find Rabbit again if I could.
Who?
can I actually get a roll from each of you?
All of us?
Your buddy.
That one.
3 and
It's a
so
12.
not 1, 3, 12,
14.
14. The response from Kale makes the most sense because Kale's the least aware of what's going on around you guys during this perception type roll that I was having you guys do. Because as you're saying that about Rabbit, Jackson Sybil, you look over as like the door that I mentioned opens and a figure steps through it, like drying their hair off because that's a door into a bathing room. And the person goes, growing on the streets is generous, wouldn't you say?
Who is this?
You don't recognize them,
Uh,
but a person like just walks through the door.
Joins the conversation.
Yeah.
I would, right?
It's not someone that you have seen before, but you
But-
do get the
I
impression
know.
that yes, you feel the balance connection essentially
I feel like
as
I
they
feel
step
like
through.
yeah. I feel like Baal knows their essence enough to know that even if they change forms, they would find them. Which is why sword clatters to the ground, just body tackle hug. It doesn't matter what they look like.
They are medium height, medium build, darkly tanned skin.
Now you guys get
dark
why I was acting.
black hair. Yeah, dark black hair in a long ponytail behind them. Once again, just like when you first saw them in the other form, Sybil, very androgynous features, and they just kind of drop the towel that they were using to try to dry their hair off and just kind of look down at Ball like doing the child hug, like ducking to hug. You're always so emotional, like just gently pats you on the shoulder since the hat is in the way.
Yeah. I let go and I cup their face, and I'm like, "Oh, you can shape change. It's not what I remember you as."
No, no, don't worry about it. What are you doing? Why
I
are you
was
even here?
I was looking for you. I saw you across this lake. I follow your trail all the way here.
Really? Good job. Went out on your own little adventure, did you?
Well, yeah. That's all we said we'd do.
Didn't know if you'd ever really have the guts to leave.
I did. As soon as you stopped showing up.
Joined a different ship. Left you some messages. Felt you might end up.
Oh yeah, and I pull out like a wad of letters, and it some of them are like they're not well taken care of because I am a sailor. But it's
And
like
they are now waterlogged because you
Yeah.
are very wet.
correct. So I pull out. It's like, yeah, I've got them.
That's good.
I put them back.
You've been chasing after me this entire time.
Well, yeah.
Not doing anything to, I don't know, find your own way. Still letting others dictate your life, I guess. So,
Well-
who are these? Gestures widely at the others in the room.
That's Jax, Kale, and Sybil. Oh, and that the child is Alexi. He's also here for some reason.
They just kind
Everyone,
of nod at you guys.
This is Ace. We found him.
Right.
Nice
So
to meet you.
these are the ones that decided to start a street brawl with some islandess lances up there.
Yeah.
Street. We did better than that.
I
I
mostly
thought they'd be
saw.
tougher, honestly.
I mostly saw the lancers being somehow restrained by people in uniform that I vaguely recognize as belonging to this city-state, which is a surprise in and of itself. I didn't really think that they could stand up to lancers, but I don't see a lot of weapons on you, so it mostly does seem like a street brawl to me. Just saying.
It's pretty much, yeah. I mean, I don't deny
Yeah,
brawling.
yeah.
It's my thing. Yeah. I honestly thought the Lance would be tougher than they were, but they're not. So
For
They're
most
very
people,
good with those
they are.
stairs.
They're yeah,
I'm not
no,
most
they're
people.
I am. It hurt a lot. Why are you Ace? Is that the name that you want us to call you?
If that's what you want to call me, I suppose.
Do you have a different name you'd prefer? Or
I have a lot of names, darling.
I said, do you have a different one you'd prefer?
I go by
I
so
can be
many
mean
that there isn't a
too.
preference. Yeah, I go by so many that there isn't a preference. I go
Oh,
by multiple. Just whatever's convenient at the time, so whatever works.
Okay. Second question. Why are you here?
I got called by someone. It's nothing too important.
Gem?
No.
Good. Good.
I mean, I'm sure that we'll run into each other like we always do, but
Could you wait? Never mind. No. I
you're
me
not good at
character
this.
out of character. I just remembered Sabar saying, "You give away a lot of information." I was like, "Hold on."
Yep.
No,
Yeah,
Kale
and,
actually
like,
will come
yeah,
closer to
and
Sybil and kind of like
Ace is
look
just
her in the
like,
eye
you're not very good at this.
and try to do this like I don't fully trust them kind of look without saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
Jax will stand up. I imagine he was sitting, and I'll just say,
You're
if
a
it wasn't
big
Jim
boy,
who
aren't you?
called you, oh, it has been, yeah. If it wasn't Jim who called you, who was it?
Don't worry about that. It's not really your business. Is it? You're quite a big boy, aren't you?
I've always been that way, yeah.
Oh. So which one is dictating your actions here? He's saying this, or they're saying this to Ball.
None. They're actually helping me technically. I asked them that they were going to help me find you, and they did. Here we are.
Oh, good for that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are good at tracking me, so
Well, these are not just your average people.
they don't. Oh, that one doesn't quite look it. And is pointing at Kale, who has the most
I give them a little wave
obvious.
with my
Yeah.
dragon hands.
Right, yeah.
So you found
People
me.
is sort of a loose
Yeah.
term around here.
I did.
You found me.
Right.
And it's amid whatever's going on here. And why were you fighting with like the uniforms?
Oh, there's a revolution happening.
You decided to fight the soldiers.
Yeah.
You
Well, yeah.
decided to fight the soldiers.
I'm not going to fight
That's-
with the guard or with the lancers.
Despite what Jem may or may not tell you when you meet him, we are on the side of the people of Deepview.
Deep View, whichever. Why would you bother fighting the soldiers, though? That's tiny battles that ultimately just lead up to an overall conclusion. You should be smarter than that. You go to the source. You always go to the source.
I did bring that up, but that's not where our path led us. But I did. But that was I did. I did mention going straight for the council at one point or another.
Well, I think
course.
that's still
Of course you
on
did.
Did
the.
I?
Okay. No, never mind.
Of course you did.
Okay.
I am sure that you would eventually get there. You'd eventually get there, of course. So, is there something that I can help you with while you're here? Like, you sought me out.
Right. Yeah.
I had intended to, relax for a few hours before going off to my business, checking in on things.
To how you? Well, I just figured we could catch up at least.
Catch up, of course.
We haven't
that's
spoken in
important.
like a decade.
That is true. I mean, figured you might grow up a bit before we saw each other again.
Would I've
You
grown.
don't seem to be doing much with your life, is really the problem that I'm encountering. I thought I had taught you to, be independent and go after what it was that you want. And if all it is that you want is to find me, that seems
Well,
somewhat anticlimactic.
I've done things. I was
You've
a
done things,
captain
of
of my
course you've
crew.
done things.
Well, yeah, I was a captain of my own crew once. And
You were a captain.
yeah,
Oh, I've got to hear this. And just be like, all right, so all of you just turn around. I need to get changed, and they are currently wrapped in a sheet and had been drying off from bathing. So all of this is with
Yeah, we
them
can
just
turn
kind of
around.
covered.
I mean, can't you just go back in that room you were just in to change instead of changing it in front of people?
Well, the clean clothes are out here. So
Honestly, I would also like to put on a pair
Yeah,
of
you
pants
can
if you
grab
don't
them
mind
and
if
take them
I
back in there.
use the room.
All right, so we will use the bathing room as it's changing. So, city folk, and, like looks at city folk, city folk. Okay, fine. Something should be small enough for you. You are very short. Something in
Oh
here
no,
should
I've
be
got my own
small
clothing.
for you.
I just need
Oh,
a place to change.
yes. So yes, go ahead. I suppose. Like just stands there again, still wrapped in the
Yep.
sheet for you to go and put on some
We'll
pants.
switch rooms. Yep.
Yeah.
I just want to point out this entire time, ever
Mhm.
since Bal or Ace stepped into the room, Bal has not looked away.
Yeah.
Bal is looking at Ace like a child who sees like his favorite like
Mhm.
Disney like person at Disney World or whatever.
No,
Like it's just
I am
watching.
reading Ace during this as well.
Okay.
What impressions am I getting from Ace?
Arrogance and disappointment.
I mean, that's very obvious. Yeah.
Beyond that, they're fairly closed off. Go ahead and make a roll.
Yep. I'm gonna put effort on this.
Mhm.
All right. I'm glad I did because that's 12.
12. They're fairly
But
difficult.
I'm skilled
to read.
in reading
Yeah.
people.
They are fairly difficult to read. Mostly what you're getting is what you as a player view as obvious. They are hiding why they are in the city. Just like they have been watched by Bal, despite the fact that they have looked at the rest of you guys, their attention is predominantly on Bal. So like they'll glance at you guys and like interact, but their attention then kind of zeroes back in on Val, even if it's somewhat arrogant and mocking. And they
But they
also
seem like
like they also haven't really like attempted to move away or move Val away from them.
yeah, but there's no fondness for Bal. I'm feeling maybe a little.
Kind of sort of like seeing someone that you know that you care about but being disappointed in like what you see.
Yeah, the disappointment seems to come from a place of like, I thought you would be better than this by now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Oof. It's like the kid returning to the
during-
hometown and they
during
didn't
the
make anything of
time-
themselves.
During the time that everybody's changing and stuff, I'm gonna look to Sybil and I'm gonna go and I'll walk into the other room that we came from.
You're gonna
Go
go what?
upstairs.
Your mouth was
I don't
kind of
know
cut
which
off
one it
from the
was.
camera when I was looking.
The
Huh?
whatever other room we entered in from to here.
The like hall that
So
we came from.
up to
Like
the
a private
like
conversation.
meeting area. Okay. Up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sybil will slip out of the room. Be like, are you okay? Trying to like get
think- I-
Bal's
I
eye
think
contact and it's not working.
Kale tried as well. It didn't work.
It's very obvious that whatever aura that Jax emits during this demeanor command, because it lasts for an hour, whatever presence comes off of him turns very negative.
Okay.
Like he's angry.
Yep.
And when we get up there, he looks to Sybil and he goes, to me, is that person just an asshole?
Oh my god, no, he's okay, Ace, they don't care about Ball at all. I don't know what
Yeah, I was about 5 seconds from punching, but I'm trying to hold back.
they're okay. I noticed it too. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what Ball's plan was. Just to find them?
Look, I understand where Ball is coming from. She's been searching for somebody she cares about for many years. So I've been kind of doing the same.
I get it.
You just wanna find him.
Yes.
There's a plan for after.
Ball's also Ball what? Knew this person for 5 years and then spent the next 10 years looking for them? What? I don't understand. What it just occurs to me that like we don't really know that much about Ball. And
I mean, in all fairness of Ball, quite honestly, I don't know that much about you. We've only known each other for like a few weeks, and I'd kill somebody for you in half.
you kill somebody in half for me? That's a bit overkill.
Yeah.
But I'd try. I'd try to kill somebody for you. I don't think that I would be very successful.
And that's okay.
Just-
It's the thought that counts, really.
I mean, would argue really no in killing a person. It's that if you actually do it that counts. Sybil is just like staring into space now, trying to like actually think through the logistics of killing somebody, being like, hold on, I think I could do it though. I don't
Amazing.
You have. But
Thank you, new subscriber.
did I guess I
hey,
Yeah.
it was me. Yes. But the real thing is what I'm trying to get to is that this Ace person seems out of. I got a feeling that it's not gonna end well. I got a feeling that we're on the wrong sides here, like we're on opposite sides here, and it's gonna be a bad thing.
I would agree with that.
They said they weren't here for Jim, and if that's the truth, if they're not here for Jim, who are they here for?
I mean, we can go through all of the council members. Maybe they're working with one of them. I don't feel good about it. And I really don't feel good about how close Ball is to them because I don't know that she'll be able to see what we see. I wish Kale was here.
We just have to do our best to support her.
Okay, yeah, but we can be supportive. We can be supportive. We don't have
And
to
also kick Ace's ass. I agree.
Yes. We don't have to be supportive of somebody who's not a good person to our friend. I don't
All right.
know how to fix it though.
Yeah, we get it step by step. I don't either. That's up to you and Kale. Just let me know when to punch because I will.
Okay, but like
And break. Come on.
okay, all right.
Yeah. So in the
A
meantime,
romantic high
Kale-
five.
Yeah. All right. So awkward romantic high five aside. In the meantime, Kale has managed to put on some semblance of clothing.
Is there
Ace
anything
has
unusual in the
also-
bathroom? I'm looking around is it just
It's a piping system that brings water in because it's an underground restroom.
Yeah.
And like the doffed clothing that Ace had been wearing just kind of piled off to the side on the floor. Some like sand soaps type of thing.
I'll
but that's
very
it.
quickly go through the clothing, like just sort of see if there's any hidden clues. A lockpick, nothing, and kick it out of the way and go, all right.
There's a sheet of paper that says, "I'm a bad guy."
Yep. I got that impression. And then just
No.
come out straightening my collar.
Ace has also like grabbed a couple of clothing items from the stash that was under the cot, same way that Alexi had, and just kind of like nods casually to you, pats Val on the shoulder, like in the "you'll be fine" type of motion, and then walks in and like sighing and mumbling under their breath, "Fucking city folk doesn't even mean anything to change in front of someone else." So like kind of an irritated grumble.
Ball, are you all
To go
right? Your
change.
clothing is wet. Do you want to change as well?
My clothes are always wet. I'm a sailor.
I suppose that's true.
It'll dry off.
Accurate. But yeah,
We found him.
yeah, you found him.
This is so
Yeah,
exciting.
so as they finish changing and eventually come back out, hopefully to Jax and Sybil also wandering back down, just kind of throw themselves casually onto the cot, like crossing their ankles and putting their hands behind their head. So, was this about City Revolution?
Oh, the Lancers. Magic is coming back. I don't know if you've noticed. Probably did. 'Cause we
Gestures to
keep changing.
themselves.
Right. That's
Yeah.
a good point. And so they were just doing real bad stuff to the people of Deep View and kills from Deep View.
Lancers.
So we made a deal. Kel would help me find you, and I would help them. Well, take down the Lancers, I guess. Since
Your family here too?
sorry.
Is your family here too? I mean, if Islanders forces are.
This is the only time Belle looks away from Ace because the mention of her family made her very evidently uncomfortable, and just goes,
Yeah.
I no, they're not here. I asked nicely.
That's well, not the asking, but at least one good thing for you, not having to deal with them here.
Yeah, that's right. True.
Yes, so you have found me. I am here again
Yeah.
on my business. So
Yeah. Well, what have you been up to? You haven't really. You've been gone for a while.
our jobs here and there. There's just our jobs
Right.
here and there, like different ships, different hires, different thoughts. Nothing too important.
Sybil's trying to get Kale's attention to be like, Kale, we need to.
Kale's gonna let the two of them talk for a minute and just kind of like fade back towards the stairs where the others are.
So you're also seeing,
Oh no, they're awful.
right? Oh,
They're awful, and Ball was completely obsessed.
okay, so we're all on the same page here. We all
Oh
agree.
yes.
What do we do about that?
Just say the word.
Jax really wants to punch them, but that might be.
Mm-hmm.
Ball cares deeply for Ace. I don't know why. I don't think it's healthy.
Clearly.
We should. It's Ball's choice in the end. If it were up to me, we would just leave and never speak to Ace again. They seem like a dangerous person involved in very dangerous business. And I don't think we need one more complication to be involved in. But I don't think that Ball's going to leave now that they've found them.
You just said they haven't stopped looking at each other.
Ball is looking at Ace like a lover might look at their beloved, or like someone might look at their parent. Like there's a love there, but it is not going the other way.
So how do we get Ball to see that? Or is that just kind of a lost cause?
I don't know.
Also, what
I
do
don't
we
know
think Ace is here for? They're clearly part of the wrong. Jax just said this, the wrong side.
Ball got very uncomfortable.
They said they weren't here for
When
Jim.
Ace mentioned her family. And as far as Ball has ever said to me, Ball is an orphan who was raised on the streets. I don't know what family that is,
They're
but I don't think it's good.
I was gonna tuck that away for a private conversation later.
As was I.
so what do we do with them?
I feel like it wouldn't be quite right to just be like, yeah. punch
Right
it
now, we should
away, right? Like
give
it's always.
all the time that they need. She clearly wants to talk to Ace, but Ace only has a limited time before they have to go off and do whatever business they're here for. At that point, Ball will have to decide if she wants to come with us or try to chase after Ace. And I don't think that would be a good idea.
She's been chasing after Ace for longer
Wait,
than
wait,
she
wait.
knew her.
No.
That's not. Listen, I'm not the poster child for like emotional health, but like that's not healthy.
No.
That's not. Ugh. I don't know how to make her see that, and I also don't know how we figure out if Ball is somebody that we need to avoid or somebody that we need to like kill.
I think you meant Ace.
No.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean Ace. I did not mean
Yeah.
Ball. They're like, what the fuck? We're not
I mean,
gonna kill
we
I
need
Ace.
to
was
kill
like,
Ball.
oh, I was like,
I don't
Listen.
know what to do with this situation, but I do know, and I should state this very clearly, that the correct answer is not to simply walk in there and hit Ace on the head and steal Ball away. That would be wrong.
It could.
It will not work. Don't, no. That is immoral.
Here's
We
the-
will not do
here's the
that.
thing. I don't think. Look, do you see the look on her face right now, staring at this person?
Absolutely.
not
I
a
don't
look.
like it.
That you're gonna be able to convince. I don't think.
If
So-
you were to attack Ace out of nowhere, Ball will never trust you again.
Ball would never trust any of us ever again.
No. It has to be her
Don't
decision in
trust
the end.
us at all at any point.
That's fair.
I'd
I
rather
think
my
Ball
friends
trusts
not trust
me.
me than be in a dangerous situation.
Anyway, we're all in agreement. Ace, very bad vibes. Ball, emotionally compromised.
So it sounds like the goal here is to get Ace to make Ball kind of give up on them.
Maybe.
Let me do it. I love making arrogant people
Oh no.
snap.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
And on that,
Oh,
we will
no.
call the session for the day.
Oh my god.
Because we are right there on
We'll
that
save bad ideas
borderline
for
of
next time.
time.
Nothing like watching my
with-
friends plan my character is heartbreak.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Same.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It'll be good for you.
You guys are doing great. You guys are doing great. But
I,
yeah,
it was
so
specifically for
while-
Jackson. I was like, we're not going to go in there and hit Ace on the head. That's
We're gonna do that later.
Yeah, sure.
that's
you
always plan
are.
A. You should not do it.
You know, it's on the table still. Honestly,
It is always plan
Always on
like
the table.
Z.
Yeah. All right. So good job. No one did too badly today. You guys made it, and you found Ace. Yeah.
Big character development moment.
I've been
Yeah.
waiting for that moment since the first day.
Oh, why are you so broken?
I can't wait for my little girl to be heartbroken.
What happened to you? You did this to
Yeah.
you?
You guys have succeeded.
listen,
Uh,
Jax was
we will-
instantly just like,
This bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did like just full on slaughter someone to not have to pay them during your little dream
Yeah.
sequence. Um,
It was
be fair-
bad feeling.
To be fair, Bal has also murdered cold blood. You just don't
Yeah.
know about it.
Who here hasn't
yeah.
done murders?
like we've all murdered in cold blood. But
Not me.
Do a
Anyway,
murder. It was
Anyway.
incidental.
It's accidentally
manslaughter
killed a
versus
man's
murder.
That's fine.
Anyway,
for Jax, it's
but
always
yeah.
been in self-defense.
Yeah.
You're fucking
Great,
right.
sure it
We're just
was.
telling lies now. I see.
Look, he
Okay.
starts a fight and then he has to defend himself. So it's
Okay, if you start it, you don't. It's not.
yeah,
not
but they
how that
continue
works,
it, so
but
he
yeah.
has to
That's still like not how it works. But anyway, you
Let's go
guys
with potato.
have made it through another session. You have a semi-sinister friend with you.
No.
That's the thing.
No.
But yeah,
I don't know why you guys are
good
talking
job.
about Ace like they're sinister. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, it's great. Kitty cat and birdie.
No.
But yes, so you guys are doing great. Absolute stars, all of you. But we will catch this next time and find out what the fuck is going on. I am Evie, the Disaster GM. Pronouns are she, they, or any director of Alter Deco Archives. Let's go in reverse order this time. So starting with Excel, who are you? Where can we find you? What you got going?
That's me, I believe. Hello everybody. I'm Extel. You can find me at Extra the King on the socials. I just hit 600 on Threads, so you can follow me there to up that number. You can find me there. I'm still on at Twitter.
Okay.
Sure. You can catch me here every other Sunday. You can catch me in about an hour and a half on Ain't Got Crit for my vignette for my character John in a vampire game. I'm playing him for the first time as a player, so it's a great time. So it's a great time. So come by. It's at 7:30 EST, and yeah, anything else I'll post about. You can catch me there. Oh, I'm gathering funds for PC still. No more Gen Con. That's not gonna happen. It's too close. And not enough money has been raised. So when they help me out with the PC, it's on my Throne link. You can check that out there. But yeah. Other than that, you can hire me as a GM, do vampire stuff.
All the links to the various link trees / socials can be found in the Twitch chat or below in the YouTube description, which includes that link to Linktree for Estelle. Jumping over to Joelle.
Hi, I am Joel, the person that is putting their baby pirate character. Nope, I just clicked on something. Shit's opening up. Hold on. Their beloved pirate character through hell. Hi, that was me. I am staff at Alter Echo Archives, so you can follow me here. I haven't actually finalized it, but I'm getting a place to put all my works of fiction in, just so there's just one place for everything, so I don't have to keep directing people to different places, which is also all I'm missing to actually make a card. So follow me on Twitter or Shitter or X or whatever you want to call it. At Joel Wrights if you want to update on that, because and then eventually next time I'll have an actual card where I'll just set everybody. Also, eyes open on Alter Echo Archives, because there are things brewing in the future, and they're gonna be pretty wicked, I've heard. I want to know what that's about.
Something wicked this way comes.
No, it's fine.
Everybody's just giggling in the background. Maggie.
Hello. I'm Maggie. You can find me here for the most part. My brain short circuited. I don't know why. Yeah, no idea why. You can find my link in the description in the chat. My @ is at _Maggie Hun. Primarily, just I'm here. You can find me here. I'm gonna stop talking now.
And our last but not least, our artist Alina.
Hey everybody, I'm Alina Pete. You can find me on most socials at Alina Pete or at Where Geek Comics. I'm on Instagram as Alina Pete _art. That's the one for all my art stuff. And you can join me this Tuesday on twitch.tv/Where Geek Comics, where we'll be playing Trash Heroes. which is a 5e actual play where we have some stinky heroes who climbed out of a trash heap.
Yo.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes, quite literally. It's fun. It is very fun. Good group over there. Definitely check them out. In fact, if you are watching on Twitch, shout out at Where Geek.
Sweet. Hey, it's
There we
me.
go. Yeah, so definitely check them out. Go watch our people where they are doing stuff. Click the various buttons, etc. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, especially if you're watching it off of our normal live schedule. We will be returning in 2 weeks for Empyrean Rising because we air every other Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific. We will catch you next time as the magic continues to rise. Bye.
Bye.